Okay, so in this lecture, we will study about the E-plane T and its scattering matrix. So, as we have seen the diagram in the previous lecture, what is E-plane T? So, it has two collinear arms, 1 and 2, and this is the third arm. Okay, so it is non-collinear, and this third arm is in the direction of electric field. So this is it is known as E plane T. This is the direction of electric field, okay, or this is the direction of electric field. So it will go. So in this direction, this is the third terminal. So it is a E plane. Okay. Now the main purpose of this lecture will be to derive the scattering matrix for the E plane T. There are three ports in the E plane T. Port 1, port 2, and port 3. Okay. So, first thing I would like to notice uh, that if we will give the input to port 3, it will come to port 3, 2, and it will also come to the port 1. From port 2, port 3 to 2, and from port 3 to 1. Magnitude is same. Okay, but the phase is opposite. Its direction is upward, its direction is down. So electric field direction is out of phase at port 1 and port 2. Means S13, S13 and S23 are same in magnitude but opposite in phase. So this is the reason, that is why we can write the relationship between S13 and S23 is equal to this one. S13 is equal to minus 2. So let us assume this equation as 1. Negative sign uh, between S13 and S23 indicates the phase difference. If port, again, in previous lectures we have also uh, understood that all the port cannot be matched properly. All the port 1, port 2, and port 3 cannot be matched. So we are matching only port 3. Okay. If port 3 is properly matched to the junction, S33 will be equal to 0. Now, this is symmetric. If we draw a line from here to here, so it is symmetric. Okay. So S1 to 2 and S2 to 1 will be equal. S1 to 3 and S3 to 1 will be equal. Likewise, S3 to 2 and S2 to 3 will be equal. Okay. So using the symmetry property, okay, S12 is equal to S21, S13 equal to S31, and S32 equal to S2. You can write this one for the symmetry property. Because as we know, for symmetry property, this equation is valid. Sij equal to Sj. So we can now write this equation as this S21 will be S12, this S31 will be equal to S13. Again, this S23 will be this minus S13, and again this will also be written as S23, and finally minus S1, and this S33 will be equal to 0. So the S matrix of this E plane T will now be written as this one. Okay, so let us suppose this is equation 2. Now we will use the unitary property of S matrix, because this is symmetric property and it will follow the unitary property. Okay, now what is unitary property? The multiplication of S matrix with the S matrix with complement is unitary matrix. Okay, so this is the case. Now S into S conjugate is equal to unitary matrix. Unitary matrix means this is a column matrix and column have the value 1. This is the definition of unitary matrix. Okay, so what can we write is, for this purpose, for the one, for the, there are two properties. One property, unitary property. This is one property and zero property. So there are three ones. How this three will come? If we will multiply the first row and the first column, it will give the one. This. Okay. So what will be its value? S11 into S11 conjugate means S11 magnitude whole square plus S12 magnitude whole square plus S13 magnitude whole square is equal to 1. Again, if we will go for the second one, then it is in the second row and the second column. So we will take the second row and we will multiply with the second column. So it will give this 1. What will be the value? S11 magnitude whole square, S22 magnitude whole square, S13 magnitude whole square is equal to 1. And finally, another one will come from here. This is the third column, third row. Okay, so this is the third row and this is third column. If we will multiply this one, last one is 0. So S13 ka whole square plus S13 ka whole square is equal to 1. By solving this equation 5, this one, we will get S13, because S13 ka whole square plus S13 ka whole square is equal to 1. So 2 S13 whole square is equal to 1. So S13 whole square is equal to 1 by 2, and finally S13 is equal to 1 by 2. So that is very simple. Now we want to calculate the other values, because we have to calculate, till now we have calculated this one S13. So all these value we know. S13 is now calculated. Now we have S11, we have to calculate S11, S12 and S22. By using this equation 3 and 4, we can calculate this. So if we will see the equation 3, so this is S13. So it is known quantity. This is 1 by root 2, and this is S11 whole square plus S12 whole square. So these are two different quantities. So what can we do is, we need some relationship between S11 and S1. If we get some relationship between S11 and S12, then our we can calculate the value of this S12 and S11. So for doing such things, what can we do? Where is this S11? So S11 and S2 is in the first row here, and S11 and S21 are the first column here. So okay, and after that the second thing is 1 1 and 1 3. Where is the relationship? The third row and the first column. Okay, so we we will use this equation as this one and this one, because this first row and first column, by using these two we have written this equation, so we will not use again this equation. Okay, so here we will use this, the third row and the first column. So this is the third row and the first column means this 0, multiply it, so it will be S11 into S11 conjugate, S13 into S11 conjugate, minus S13 into S12 conjugate, and last one is 0, and finally it will be equal to 0 this time, so it is 0. S13 is common in both these equations, so we'll take the common here, so it will be S13 into S11 conjugate minus S12 conjugate equal to 0. We will take this term in right hand side, so it will become S11 conjugate minus S12 conjugate equal to 0, means S11 conjugate equal to S12. So conjugate are equal, so this value will also be equal. So S11 is equal to S1. Now putting this value S11 equal to S12 in equation 3. Okay, in equation 3, and already we know about this S13 is 1 by root 2, and we know S12 is equal to S11. So this will be the condition. We have put it here, S12 in place of S11. So S12 whole square, and this is again S12 whole square. So here it is S12 whole square, and at the last term it is S13. So S13 is 1 by root 2 whole square is equal to 1. So by solving this equation, we will get S2 S12 whole square is equal to 1 by 2, S12 whole square is equal to 1 by 4, S12 equal to 1 by 2. And we have got the relationship between S12 and S13. S11 and S12 are equal. So if S12 is 1 by 2, if S12 is 1 by 2, so S11 is also 1 by 2. Okay. So we know S11, S12 and S13. So what is left? S22. So we will put the values. We know about this S11, S12, S13, S13 we know, S13 we know, S13 we know, S12 we know. So what is the what is left quantity? S22. So we can calculate this S22 by using this equation from this equation. So we will put here uh, 1 by 4 in place of S12 and 1 by root 2 in place of S13, and we will calculate the value of S2. So by putting the value of S12 and S13 in equation 4, we get, what is the value? S12 ka S1 12 means 1 by 2, that is whole square, plus S22, we have to calculate this quantity, plus S13 1 by root 2 whole square is equal to 1. So by solving this one, it is 1 by 2. Now all the values have known, and we can putting all these values of S parameters in equation 2, we get this. This is the required S matrix of the E-plane. If there is any problem, you can ask me. My email and my phone number will be in the comment. Okay, thank you very much. Okay.